All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We're in Barcelona now. We're watching Carlos Alcaraz. He is coming off the Monte Carlo Masters final, or the title, and now he is straight into the first round of Barcelona. He's taking on a qualifier named Ethan Quinn, who is relatively unknown, but a young player just like Alcaraz. But let's get the preview, because there's a lot of players who have already won in this section. So, there you see Alcaraz, number 1 seed. He will take on Quinn. Winner of this will take on Jera, who won in 3 sets earlier today. You've got De Minaur and Fernley also in this section. It'd be really cool to see De Minaur versus Alcaraz in a quarterfinal. That'd be really fun if we get that matchup. Ethan Quinn, number 126. He's 21 years old from the USA. 6'3", right-handed. 3 wins, 5 losses on the year. He has no titles to his name, but he is just kicking off. There's a lot of Americans coming through, and he is one of those. And Carlos Alcaraz, world number 2. He upgraded his ranking last week. 21 years old from Spain. He is 6 foot tall, right-handed, 20 wins, 4 losses on the year. He's got 2 titles this year, 1 in Monte Carlo on the clay and 1 in Rotterdam on the indoor hard court. So 2 very different surfaces. 18 career titles, including a couple of titles here in Barcelona, and his form's been great. They've never played before. First time meeting between these two. Now, plenty of stuff going on at the moment, so we're going to keep an eye on all the scores as well. How are we doing, chat? Are we ready for this match? Alcaraz coming back and playing this tournament. He was a 2-time champion before last year when he had to pull out, so he is the man here since Rafa. Carlos had a hard draw, all right, for his opponents. Well, yeah, hopefully it becomes it's not as tricky as it looks. Do you think double bagel for Alcaraz? No, I don't think double bagel. I haven't seen Quinn, so I don't know he got through the quali, so he must be decent. But yeah, I wouldn't say double bagel. I don't know. Alcaraz on clay and grass king? Yeah. Madrid is a 1,000 event. Madrid is a 1,000 event. Will Carlos win for you? I think he will, yeah. I'd be pretty surprised if Alcaraz didn't win. That'd be a massive upset. What the hell is Mensik lose early to a nobody in the first round? Yeah, but it's because we're playing on clay. This is not Madrid. So, yeah. You got to remember that. This is a different surface. Also, Hampman is not a nobody. That's really rude. He's just not someone you would expect Mensik to lose to right now. But this is a clay court. Mensik's first match on clay, it's always going to be tough. A lot of players have had tough matches on clay to start their clay season. Mensik needs more time to improve, and he will hopefully adapt. Yeah. There's just time to adapt, you know? He's just trying to adapt. Chapo lost the first set tiebreak? Yeah, well, that's another person that might lose. Look, by the way, Tiafoe's winning, which is awesome to see that he is winning on the clay. Jarry also won the first set against Wambert. Shapo's playing a 17-year-old, so I would say that's a little more concerning. The fact that Shapo's losing is more concerning than, I would say, Mensik losing today. He's losing to a 17-year-old lucky loser. What is it, Mia? What is it? Are you worried about Shapo? You're worried about Shapo? What happened? Oh, where you going? Where you going? What's up? What is it? What's wrong? Yes. Ethan Quinn looks like the head of the Michael Angelo David. Oh, really? I don't know. I've never seen it. Reps required on clay for the big one. Yeah, exactly. It's a really cute looking cow. Mia, do you want to say something about that? Should we ban anybody who makes fun of you? No, you don't care. Okay. You don't care. That's okay. All right. All right. Players are warming up. So many WTA players are injured in Stuttgart. There's been a few. I mean, I'll tell you this, chat. So many players are injured. Full stop. I mean, the amount of lucky losers that are happening this week, the amount of lucky losers that are getting a second chance this week is crazy. I think there was 5 in Munich. There's at least, 3 in Stuttgart. 3 in Stuttgart. There are 3 in Barcelona. It's crazy. It's crazy the amount of players that are getting injured after last week most players had a week off as well. It's crazy. A lot of players are withdrawing from tournaments this week. It's hectic. Ugh. I still think Nole should not be underestimated, especially 25 slams online. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody even mentioned Djokovic's name in the chat. So that came out of nowhere. So I don't know why you're thinking about that. It's a lot of lucky losers this week. Yeah, but I think Djokovic can win this 25th slam. It's still a possibility. Don't underestimate him. I won't. I didn't. Didn't even cross my mind. Kostruk maybe because Billie Jean King Cup. Yeah, she played Billie Jean King Cup, so I think that's why she withdrew. It's looking increasingly hard for Nole to win another slam. Okay, why are we turning this into Nole? Watch Djokovic next week, all right? We don't need to discuss whether or not Djokovic is going to win 25. We'll talk about that next week when we watch him. I still think he will. And that's it. That's enough. No more. We're not going to discuss Djokovic's chances of winning 25 slams. We're watching Alcaraz. I really like Stuttgart Open since it's indoor. Yeah, it's a cool event. We'll watch that tomorrow. I'm just having a look what the plan is tomorrow, if we have a plan. Do we have a plan yet? No. The schedule that came out for Munich real quick. But Barcelona, have we got the schedule for Barcelona tomorrow? No. Not yet. Not yet. I can tell you this. I think we are going to be watching definitely going to be watching Mirra Andreeva tomorrow. I know she's playing. She's playing tomorrow. So Fett will take on Swiatek. Interesting. Jana Fett took out Vekic, which is a bit of an upset. No, we don't have schedules yet. Don't have any schedules yet, except for Munich. All right, chat. I've got Alcaraz in straights. Let's see what Quinn can do, though. One of those young 21-year-old guys in this group. So let's see what he's got. He's got a backhand now on the stretch from Alcaraz. The backhand of Quinn. Alcaraz backhand again, the backhand of Quinn. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Quinn with the forehand goes wide, and it's love 15. Still, Alcaraz should sweep Roland Garros and Wimbledon at least. Really? At least? Love 15. Federer's making a comeback. No, he's not. He's making a comeback to play exhibitions. Don't do that. Love 15. He's making a comeback, not to real professional tennis. Just be clear. ASAP wide. 15 all. He's making a comeback so he can play exhibition events. Not so he can beat Alcaraz at Wimbledon. All right? Don't get it twisted. Please don't get it twisted. Federer's at... Oh my God, okay. God, chat, why do we not talk about Alcaraz when Alcaraz is playing? Anyways, 15-0. As Quinn hits it out, 15-30. Federer has offered no suggestion that he is eyeing what would be a sensational return to competitive tennis, but he appears to be eager to get back into shape as he looks to play some exhibitions. Honestly, I'd love to play more tennis again. Enough with the golf, I've played so much. So seriously, I would love to start playing 2 or 3 times a week and hopefully get myself back on an exhibition court and fill up a few nice stadiums around the world. I have no plans yet. Chad, come on. 40-30. I would love Federer to come back too, but also I would love to rewind time 15 years so we could watch the big three in their prime. But there's no such thing as time machines yet, so we can't do it. Anyways, 40-30. As a default from Quinn, second serve. Cam got receipts. No, I just Googled Federer comeback and I just read the article that I saw. Forehand goes into the net. We get the deuce. I just did like 2 clicks and that's how I found the answer. I was like, come on. Come on now. The sound is very low. Maybe you might need to turn your phone up. All right, deuce. But if Federer does come back and play exhibitions, you know we're watching him. I'm watching Federer in exhibition. I don't give a shit if it's an exhibition. I'm watching it. As that goes out by Quinn and Alcaraz gets the advantage to take the break to start the match. Exhibition's good and the more money for Fed, but I don't think he would be needing the money. But the first part, that'd be fun. All right, advantage Alcaraz. As Quinn serves a fault, second serve. Second serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. Quinn goes to the forehand of Alcaraz. As Quinn backhand cross, Alcaraz slices it into the forehand of Quinn. Alcaraz backhand on the stretch. Quinn with a backhand to the forehand of Alcaraz into the forehand of Quinn. As Alcaraz backhand into the slice of Quinn. Again, the forehand of Alcaraz. And Alcaraz hits it long and we get the deuce. Schaper got broken again. Oof. Federer is so back. Another Wimbledon perhaps. We get to deuce. As a return goes in, the volley of Quinn. Alcaraz puts up a lob. Quinn with the smash. And then Alcaraz puts it long. Advantage Quinn. Advantage Quinn. As Quinn serves. Fault. Second serve. Second serve. Double fault. We're back to deuce. Back to deuce. Good to see Alcaraz back at number 2 in the world. Yeah. Now we get to deuce. By the way, Quinn is wearing Lululemon. So that's fun. Not many players rock the Lululemon. Fernandez is one of them. I think maybe Tiafoe these days rocks Lululemon. And Quinn is another one. As they go 4-4 rally. Alcaraz then hits it out. It's advantage Quinn. Advantage Quinn. Yeah, Shapo's getting wrecked. Shapo's down 3-love in the second. Quinn serves a fault second serve. As the return goes in the forehand of Quinn. Forehand from Alcaraz to the back of the Quinn. Alcaraz with a drop shot. Quinn's not going to make it.
This is going to be on tennis TV, bro.
Deuce. Do you think Alcaraz's change of a racket is a reason he's high number errors? Maybe, I don't know. I haven't thought about that much. Will you stream exhibitions of Federer? Of course. Hell yeah. You don't think we want to go watch Roger again? I do the same for Rafa as well. If those guys play, I'll rewatch them. Hell yeah. All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. As we return now from Alcaraz into the forehand of Quinn. Quinn hits it wide, advantage Alcaraz. Advantage Carlos. Third break point of the game. First serve is a fault. Second serve, yeah, long first game. Second serve. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Quinn. Into the slice of Alcaraz. And Alcaraz in the net. We get to deuce. We get back to deuce. As Quinn serves again. The forehand of Alcaraz. Return goes forehand of Quinn. Alcaraz backhand goes wide and it's advantage Quinn. Advantage Quinn. As we just serve again. And then Quinn hits a volley wide and we get back to deuce. Back to deuce. Chapo retired? Oh, God. That's not good. All right. Deuce. Into the fault, second serve. As a return goes the forehand of Quinn, and then forehand from Quinn goes in the net the second time, and it's advantage Alcaraz. All right, serve again. As the return goes to forehand to Quinn. And Quinn puts it away. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. All right, nice serve from Quinn. Advantage Quinn. As Quinn serves again. Cam really loves long deuce games, yeah. Am I watching something else? Yeah. I'm watching the latest episode of Rick and Morty on my phone. Advantage Quinn. As the return goes into the backhand of Quinn, forehand from Alcaraz in the net, we get the first game of the match after 20 minutes. Yay.
Unbelievable.
1-love. All right. 1-0. First game is finally done. Yay! I'll be there yet. It's all right. First game's done. It only was, it was only 13 minutes. It's fine. All right, Alcaraz to serve. By the way, the weather looks so crappy. All right, Alcaraz serves. Here's the forehand to Quinn. Quinn hits it out in the return. 15-love. Sorry, love 15. Alcaraz hit it out. What? Quinn wins a point. As the return goes out by Quinn, 15-all. Alcaraz won that point. 15-all. Serve again by Alcaraz. Into the back into Quinn. Forehand from Alcaraz. Goes long, and it's 15-30. $15-30. Alcaraz serves again. 15-30. He serves a fault. Second serve. Serving to the forehand of Quinn. Return goes forehand of Alcaraz. Quinn on the stretch. To the backhand of Alcaraz. And Alcaraz hits it out. 15-40. All right, Quinn to take the break in the first parts of this match. I don't know who the guys sitting behind Quinn's coach are, but they are like 14-year-olds that are really getting excited that Alcaraz is losing. Who the hell are those kids? As the return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Backhand from Quinn. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Quinn backhand on the stretch. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. As Quinn backhand again. Alcaraz volley is too good.
This is going to be on tennis TV.
Beautiful drop volley winner, 30-40. 30-40. Didn't Quinn play against Nadal here last year? Maybe. No, that was that other guy. That was that what was that guy? Blanche. It was like a 15-year-old American. Not, it's a different guy. All right, Alcaraz comes in with the volley. The second volley gets put away, and Alcaraz gets the deuce. Alcaraz gets the deuce. Long start to this match. All right, back for Alcaraz. Serving to the backhand of Quinn. Front of Alcaraz, the slice of Quinn. Alcaraz volley in the net this time, and it's advantage Quinn. Advantage Quinn. Take the break. Yeah, you don't have to put scores in the chat. We have a scoreboard. It's one of the more annoying things you could do. Please don't do it. As we're going to find out from Alcaraz in the open court. Slice goes in from... No, it goes out by Quinn, and we're back to deuce. Back to deuce. Quinn has not played a lot of clay, but win over Mute and Chorich in the qualies. Yeah, that's not bad. There's some good wins. All right, deuce. As the return goes wide by Quinn. Advantage Quinn. Advantage Alcaraz, my bad. Advantage Alcaraz. There's a fault from Alcaraz, second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Quinn. Forehand from Alcaraz again, the backhand of Quinn. As Alcaraz goes, the forehand of Quinn. And the forehand of Alcaraz. Quinn to the backhand of Alcaraz, into the backhand of Quinn as Alcaraz forehand again to the forehand of Quinn. Quinn overhits it. We'll get to 1-1. 1-1 in this set. What am I drinking? I'm drinking tea. Carlos might be a bit fatigued after Monte Carlo. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. All right. Return goes into the net from Alcaraz. 15 love. Black tea or green tea? Peppermint tea. All right, serve again from Quinn. 15 love. As we return now from Alcaraz into the forehand of Quinn. Forehand from Alcaraz to the volley of Quinn. Alcaraz backhand pass. Quinn with a volley in the net. 15-all. $15-all. $15-all. As we're to serve into the backhand of Alcaraz. And Quinn comes in and puts away the No, he missed the forehand. Okay. 15-30. Chance for Alcaraz to break. Yeah, Fonseca comes back next week. All right, 15-30. As Quinn serves a fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Return goes the forehand to Quinn. Alcaraz forehand crossed. Quinn gets it, but hits it wide. 15-40. Alcaraz to take the break. $15.40. $15.40. As the return goes in the forehand of Quinn. Alcaraz lob. And Quinn with a smash. Alcaraz gets it with a pass. It's in the net though. 30-40. 30-40. Tiafoe, by the way, 4-all against Munar in the second. And Humbert is up a break in the third against Jarry. So that's fun. Can Caboli come back and win, please? Jesus. I put Caboli in the team. I need him to win. This is crazy. What is going on? Anyways, 30-40. Serve. Into the back of Alcaraz. Return goes wide and we get... Oh no, it was a double fault, was it? Okay. Double fault. Double fault. Quinn. Alcaraz breaks. 2-1. 2-1. Since you're drinking the herbal tea, you may as well order some Domino's, Cam. No. I don't think I will. Not today. All right. Will you watch Alcaraz's Netflix special series on an April 23? Yes, of course I will. Of course. Can't wait. Is Quinn's backhand so weak? I thought we moved past the stereotypical American player. Hee hee. No, his backhand seems okay. Americans and Aussies sharing bad backhands since the beginning of time. I'm sorry, where did that come from? Excuse me? Do you mind? My backhand's great. Have you seen my second channel? Do you have juniors you think will have a bright future, the great game? I think Mboko going to be a problem. Okay. I mean, not anyone else than everyone, the one that everyone knows. You know, the ones that people know. Aussies have pretty good backhands. Look at Leighton was elite. Exactly. How come most of the events have changed their courts from clay? Wait, what? All right. 15 love. Alcaraz with the break. 15 love. As Alcaraz forehand cross court winner. 30 love. 30 love. Serve again by Alcaraz. Here's a fault. Second serve. Second serve into the forehand of Quinn. Backhand from Alcaraz to the backhand of Quinn. Into the backhand of Alcaraz on the stretch. Quinn forehand off the tape goes wide, and it's 40 love. Yeah, we're almost at 200 likes. Appreciate it. Stan has the best backhand. Agree with that. 100%. 40 love. Caboli lost. Why? He just won a title. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, guy in the chat. Oh, by the way, Cam, Caboli lost. I know you wanted to win, so I'm going to tell you he lost. Thanks. I don't need your help. Don't make it worse. Stop making it worse. Anyways, Alcaraz holds 3-1. Ah! All right, 3-1. 3-1. No, you're right. It's fine. I'm just kidding. All right, love 15. Alcaraz already has the break. Love 15. Serve again. From Quinn into the backhand of Alcaraz. Return goes to the forehand of Quinn. Alcaraz backhand. Into the backhand of Quinn to the backhand of Alcaraz. Quinn into the net. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. Serve again. And the return goes in the forehand of Quinn. Quinn in the net, love 40. Alcaraz to take a double break. Love 40. Love 40. We get a fault from Quinn, second serve. Second serve, the forehand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz hits it wide on the return. 15-40. $15.40. Return. Nope, that's a fault. Second serve. As a return, goes in the forehand of Quinn. Forehand from Alcaraz goes long. 30-40. 30-40. Still set, still break point for a double break. Serve is a fault. Second serve, Quinn. As a return goes into the forehand of Quinn. Back into Alcaraz, the backhand of Quinn. Alcaraz forehand into the forehand of Quinn. As Alcaraz forehand again to the forehand of Quinn. Quinn in the net. 4-1. 4-1. Very interesting celebration from the lucky loser who played Chapo. The celebration was hilarious. He celebrated like a Grand Slam title after retirement. We're not going to do that, are we? We're not going to bash a 17-year-old who won his first match. We're not going to bash him, are we? Can we not do that? 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. 4-1. I mean, I know it was a retirement, but still. Yeah, I respect it. Is he drawing something on the ground? That's awesome. What's he drawing? Where's the spider cam? We need to see it. But what the... Did he draw a cross and a lie on it? What did he do? Oh, look. 17-year-old winning his first matches on the ATP. All right, let him be. Let him be. Let him celebrate. 17 years old, all right? He just won in front of his home crowd, he just won a massive match, all right? Let him be. It was over the top for retirement. Yeah, look, if it was a 25-year-old who'd played a lot of tennis, did that, you'd be like, what are you doing? But a 17-year-old who just won his first ever match on the ATP in front of his home crowd, I'm not mad. That's fine. I don't mind that. That's all right. You get a pass for that. Like I said, a 30-year-old doing that, who's been around for a while, that would be weird. That would be strange. But a 17-year-old, nothing wrong with that. Just won his first massive match of his life at home. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I don't have any problem with that. 15 love. Alcaraz serves with a 4-1 lead. As we return out of the forehand of Quinn. 4 now from Alcaraz goes wide. And it's 15 all. 15 all. 15 all. First player in the 2008, born in 2008 to win an ATP event match. That's crazy. Good for him. Even better. I don't know how I'm going to pronounce his name if we ever watch him, but I'm going to have to learn it. So it goes out by Alcaraz 15-30. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. That's why I'm avoiding it. Oh, so it didn't seem that bad. God, we're going to have to figure out a nickname. DDP. 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 Okay. I was just making sure DDP didn't mean anything else. It's all right. DDP. It's fine. We can call him DDP. DDP. Dudura Palomiro. Yep, DDP. We're going with DVD. DP. DDP. The never by Alcaraz. 1540. DVD. God, even that's hard for me to say. Oh man, that's funny. DDP, yep. Diego, whatever else I just said. Diego Dudura Palomiro. Palomiro is not hard to say. DDP. Please, speaking from the alphabet community. Oh, sorry. I don't know what DDP does. It mean something else? Does it? I will avoid using it if it means something else. 3040. The abbreviations of his name, Diego DP. That's all it says. But if it means something else, we'll figure it out. We'll get another name. We'll get a nickname. It's all right. Nothing says on the... I don't know what it means. Somebody's just trying to make a joke, are you? All right. We get the deuce, by the way. That's right, Montreal. We won't call him that. We'll call him. We'll make a nickname for him. A better nickname. Advantage Alcaraz. As he gets the 5-1, Alcaraz. Palomiro is actually not a hard name for me to pronounce. So we can go with that. Or just call him DVD. Because I can't speak English. All right. Now, when someone who's been a member for a couple of years says that it's something, then they're not trolling. If some random person who was never even in this channel said something, was trying to mess with me, it's fine. But when somebody who's been around for a while says, please reconsider, I reconsider. Unless you're messing with me, Montreal, but I don't think you are. So I respect it. And we'll figure out how to say his name properly. Anyways, 30 love. Alcaraz with a 5-1 lead. Hasn't been a pretty match, but it doesn't have to be. DVD is funny, though. It is pretty funny. As Alcaraz hits a behind the back shot, but then Quinn puts it away. 40 love. How did Alcaraz get a racket to that backhand? That was behind the back shot. That's crazy. Chad, Alcaraz is truly crazy. Chad, is Alcaraz the most entertaining player on the ATP? Is Alcaraz the most 40 love. As Alcaraz hits a lovely shot down the line, it's 40-15. Is he the most entertaining player on the ATP? I mean, name other entertainers. Feel free to name others, but is Alcaraz... I mean, Alcaraz has got to be... Well, he's already the best entertainer, right? He's the highest ranked, most consistent entertainer. Monfils, obviously. Fils, yeah. There's a couple more. But Alcaraz is like the most consistent entertainer. Bublik, okay. He's not the best. I think Sinner... I don't think Sinner's a showman. Not like Alcaraz, who puts a lovely volley away, 40-30. Sinner's a little bit more conventional and with his approach. He doesn't really go out there to wow the crowds. That's what an entertainer does. They go out there to entertain. Sinner goes out there to win, right? So there's a difference between Sinner and Alcaraz, the way that they go about tennis, right? $40-30. Tiafoe, yeah, big Foe's another entertainer for sure. Yeah, Sinner is methodical, exactly. No fuss. He just goes out there and plays and wins. Alcaraz goes out there and wants to put on a show. All right, deuce. Quinn's in a little trouble. Serve again. There's a little fine now from Alcaraz down the line. Slice from Quinn in the net. Advantage Alcaraz, set point for Alcaraz to take the first set. Advantage Alcaraz. Advantage Alcaraz. As Quinn serves a fault. Second serve. As we get a return, that goes out by Alcaraz. Back to deuce. Who do you like better, Sinner or Alcaraz? It's not who I like better. But I enjoy watching Alcaraz more. I think Alcaraz is a little bit more... He's more exciting to watch. But I enjoy watching Sinner too, for a different reason, you know? It's like, chat, do you like horror movies or do you like comedy? I like them both, but for different reasons. You know, you can like both of them. You don't have to pick one. Advantage Quinn to make Alcaraz serve for the set. As we had a fault by Quinn, second serve. As we had a return from Alcaraz, short. Quinn hits a backhand. Lob goes up by Alcaraz, but it's too short, and Quinn puts away the smash. All right, 5-2. 5-2. Alcaraz is going to serve the set. Do you think Sinner will be good even after the ban? Yeah, he'll be fine. Sinner will be fine. Entertainment. Monfils, Alcaraz, Shelton, Nick, sometimes. Fonseca, Tiafoe, Musetti. Yeah, fair enough. Alcaraz is like a Marvel movie. Sinner is like a crime thriller with deadly forehands and Italian mafia connection. Yeah, you like them for different reasons. All right. All right. By the way, chat. Chat, am I out of touch? Don't answer that. Let me finish. Am I out of touch because I mean, unless I'm missing something, but Palamiro's celebration, it wasn't that bad, was it? I mean, it's pretty innocent. Like, yeah, okay, he's yelling and screaming and throwing shit and he's like getting really pumped up. But also, he's 17? So why are people getting why would people get so annoyed at him? Yes, Cam, you're delusional. Peter, why, mate? You meant to say lol after it if it was a joke. Otherwise, it's not funny. Don't think anybody else on court thought Shapo was ill? Okay. It wasn't that bad? Okay. Anyway, it's 15 love. Alcaraz 7 for the set. He's happy he won his first ATP match. That's all. Exactly. Yeah. Then again, if you read Twitter comments, it's always going to be negative, right? Probably not the best judge if you're reading Twitter comments. All right, first there's a fault by Alcaraz. 30 love, second serve. He beat Shapo. It's kind of a big deal for a 17-year-old. Yeah, I agree. Anyway, it's 40 love. 40 love. Alcaraz to take the first set. As we just serve into the forehand of Quinn. Backhand now sliced into the forehand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz in the net, 40-15. What were the circumstances of the celebration? So Shapovalov retired injured, handing the lucky loser who's 17 years old his first ever win on the ATP in front of his home crowd because he's German and he's in Germany playing. And then he celebrated as if he won, which he did. Anyways, 6-2, Alcaraz first set. But I also do not think totally understandable. I feel it was a bit much. Good times, but maybe a bit much. Would have thought he won the French. Yeah, but he's 17. If he was 25 and it was first match ever, blah, 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 you'd be like, that's a bit weird. That's a bit much. 25-year-old, 30-year-old, but a 17-year-old kid, I mean, he's just a kid. He's just a kid celebrating the biggest moment of his life so far. So this is like, let him celebrate. Who cares? Let him be a kid. He's a 17-year-old. Let him do whatever, let him go crazy. Who cares? By the way, that was an ugly set. 6 winners from Alcaraz, 13 errors. 6 winners from Quinn, 19 errors. Yuck. You don't celebrate someone else's misfortune. He wasn't celebrating Shapo retiring. He was celebrating the fact that he just won his first ever match. That he's not celebrating. He's not like, yeah, you're injured. Haha. Like, he's not doing that. He's not in Shapo's face being like, hey, you hurt yourself. You're out of here. Like, he's not doing that. He's not doing that. He's celebrating his own achievement. He's not celebrating Shapovalov retiring. It just so happens that to get that win, Shapovalov retired. But he got the win, and he's celebrating his win. And he's a 17-year-old. So, I mean, like, what, you're going to judge kids now? What, are you judging the kids? Come on. Let the guy just celebrate. Let him celebrate the biggest moment of his life. If he's 30 years old, then judge him. He should know better. But 17, who cares? Who cares? He was on the way to winning that match anyway. If he won the match, he would have celebrated the same. But Shapo didn't allow... Shapo robbed him of that moment, so he celebrated anyway. Who cares? And look, Shapovalov, had every right to retire if he wanted, and if he felt the need to. But what is this kid that just won the first match of his career and biggest match of his life? He's just going to be like, oh, I better not get excited here because who cares? Let him celebrate. Who cares? Who cares? Look, he's 17. If this kid starts getting hate online because of that celebration, just remember, if you're going to write a comment, I'm not talking to you, Hard Candy, I'm talking to people in general. If you're ever going to write a comment on social media about somebody celebrating, you got to think about what you're doing. You're going to comment on somebody celebrating, they're not going to read your comment anyway. So what are you doing? Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyone who does comment on that celebration online, on that post, just remember he's a 17-year-old kid, all right? Let kids be kids. Let him just do what he wants. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There's bigger things to worry about. No. Hard Candy, I know it's not that serious. But just those people that do comment on those things and be like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. And you're like, he's 17. Like, let the guy be. Let him celebrate a massive achievement. I have no problem with that. Now, his love 30. Why are people mad at Donna Vekic's medical time match? She was crying? I don't know. I didn't see it. Maybe because they feel like she... I mean, people think people fake medical timeouts. Like, nobody believes medical timeouts. A lot of people think people are faking all the time. But if she was crying, then obviously something was wrong. As that goes out by Alcaraz on the return, 15-30. Let kids be kids, Cam. Sometimes they come on stream and annoy everyone with their mum's iPad. Yeah, but that's different. Because this is not a place for children. This is an adult's space. A 17-year-old's allowed to play in Munich on a centre court, all right? There's no rule for that. In here, there are rules. The rule is no kids. No kids allowed. 15-40 as that goes out by Quinn. I just watched the celebration. It wasn't normal. Total brain rot. Okay. I mean, I think the brain rot is the people that are criticizing the celebration, to be honest. If you're criticizing that to the extent of like, how dare you do this, then you've got to reassess why you're thinking that way. Like that's your thinking too. I mean, I'm talking about it too much, but it's also like you got. Come on now. Don't overanalyze a 17-year-old celebrating a massive. It was cringy. Okay, if that's what you think, that's fair enough. Alcaraz breaks, by the way. If that's what you think, then okay. But don't be criticising the kids. Don't be criticising him. Let the kid celebrate his win. If you didn't like it, fine. Fair enough. Whatever. We all like, whatever. People don't like Alcaraz's celebrations, and he's just celebrating with a vamos, right? People are like, oh, I want him to be quiet. People don't like Sabalenka grunting, right? I mean, it's all. We all like what we like, right? Whatever. But don't criticize somebody for the way they go about things. Just don't engage with it. Don't watch it. You don't like it? Fine. Just leave it alone. People overanalyzing on-court moments. One of the most frustrating things in tennis, yeah. And it happens, right? That's what makes social media. That everybody can talk about everything that happens all the time, right? And micro-analyze stuff. And that's what social media is all about. First it was social, and now it's like to the point where anyone can say anything about anything, which is great. It's great. It's great that we can all do this, right? I mean, this is social media. You guys can talk about tennis. We can talk about tennis. We can watch tennis together. It's great. It's a great thing. And then there's the other side of it where it's like, oh, then it allows anybody to talk about anything. And you go, oh, people take it too far. His comment section is wild. Yeah. Because people don't realize that they're talking about a 17-year-old kid, which is crazy. So most people that are writing stuff on his socials would be oblivious to the fact that this kid's 17. And that, like, you wouldn't say this to a person in real life. So why would you even... It's crazy if people are criticizing him. Anyways, love 30. Back to the match that we're watching, because clearly we're not watching this match at all. Alcaraz with a set and a break. As Alcaraz hits a forehand cross-court winner, and it's 15-30. 15-30. We're missing an opportunity to know Quinn. I'll be honest. The only thing we're knowing about Quinn at the moment is that he's probably not going to be a top 10 clay court guy at this stage. And they're both hitting so many errors. I mean, we get distracted when the matches are not great quality. And unfortunately, this match is not high quality yet. But chat, just like last week, and I know Alcaraz fans got shitty at me because I said this, but it's true. Alcaraz didn't have to play well last week. He didn't play well. He played better than the people that he played, but he didn't play his best. He's doing the same today. He's playing better than Quinn. Quinn's not playing well. Alcaraz is playing slightly better than Quinn, but he's not playing well, Alcaraz. He doesn't need to play well. But it's still not the way that Alcaraz is going to win the French Open if he plays like this. 30-0. And hopefully, when he gets to play De Minaur, fingers crossed, he plays De Minaur, then we'll get to see a much better version of Alcaraz. I want to see a good Alcaraz, Chad. I don't want to see Alcaraz winning ugly all the time. I want to see Alcaraz hitting crazy winners and stuff. I want to see that. That's the Alcaraz I want to see. I don't want to see the Alcaraz who hits errors, but he hits slightly less errors than the guy he's playing, and the guy he's playing hits double the errors or whatever. I want to see that. I want to see Alcaraz just... Because I'll tell you what, 12 months ago, Alcaraz, even maybe not 12 months ago, but 6 to 12 months ago, Alcaraz would beat his opponents by ripping their heart out. He would just violently smoke them on the scoreboard, right? He would be savage. He would be ruthless. Unfortunately, and look, maybe smartly, he's not being as ruthless against these kind of guys. And that's okay because he just needs to beat these guys. Doesn't matter if he wins 2-2 or if he wins love and love. Doesn't matter how he does it as long as he wins. Maybe he doesn't want to use all that yet. Maybe he's trying to keep it, trying to play a little smarter Alcaraz. He gets broken, 1-1. Smarter in the fact that he knows that, I don't have to rip out this guy's heart to win. I just have to be better than him. And maybe conserve some energy that way. Maybe he can, save his best for the players that are better, right? But as an Alcaraz fan, you want to see him come out and you want to see him just play the best tennis ever all the time. I want to see it. I want to see Alcaraz just play this ridiculous level against anybody and just like smoking people, right? That's what I want to see Alcaraz do, but I guess he's saving it for when he plays Demon or whatever. Saving it for when he needs it. Right now he's just playing like, whatever. If you look at the stats, you'd be like, oh, wow, Alcaraz played terrible, but he's playing better than his opponent, so that's all that matters. As a Cars fan, I'm a little worried, but let's see how it goes. Yeah, well, look, there's also worry, right? Because he's not playing. He hasn't had to show his best level yet. So you wonder, like, shit, does he have it? Like, can he do it? Of course he can. But when will he have to do it? And when he has to do it, can he bring his best? Or has he been playing at this, like, good level, and then he plays someone who's going to push him, like Feast did, and then he's going to have to raise his level, right? Can he? When will he have to raise his level? Now, when the winner of this match will take on Jarrah, that's no easy beat. So Alcaraz Jarrah in the second round is no easy match, and then De Minaur in the quarters is where it starts getting real cool, and then maybe even Feast in the semis, or maybe Tsitsipas. Either way, those guys can play on clay. So the draw for Alcaraz is the way it's playing. If it plays out the way it should, we're going to see Alcaraz have to play better, which is good because we haven't seen Alcaraz play his best tennis lately. You could even argue at Indian Wells he didn't really play that well, especially against Draper. He played well for like a set, but anyways, 15-30. 15-30. Yeah, De Minaur has become a threat on clay, which is kind of cool. And you would think that makes sense because his game should be suited to clay, but it's taken him a couple more years to adjust. Hopefully he can maintain that. 4 now from Quinn into the front of Alcaraz. Alcaraz can't get it. 30-all. Feast can definitely get him. Now he's getting some experience points. De Minaur a threat for sure. By the way, Felix Auger-Aliassime is up 4-love against Navone. And Humbert just beat Jarry. So Caboli and Jarry both lost. Thanks. That's great. My team is in shambles. I need Alcaraz to win the title. All right, 30-all. Alcaraz return. Goes long. 40-30. Felix is up 4-0. Nothing's happened to him. He's winning. All right. 40-30. I would love Demon to get the win over Alcaraz, but I don't know. I don't see it. Look, I would take Alcaraz. I would take De Minaur competitive against Alcaraz on clay as a win. For me, he doesn't have to beat Alcaraz. He just has to not lose badly. For me, like the match against Musetti, as much as it broke my heart that he lost, De Minaur still, it showed a lot. That if De Minaur can go toe-to-toe with a bronze medalist of the Olympics on a clay court, then De Minaur is, he's getting better on this surface. And if he can play Alcaraz, and even if it's a 3-setter and he loses, again, that's a great result for Demon to be losing in 3 close sets to clay quarters, or clay guys. That's good for Demon. It's a good, that's a positive. And then he also, not to mention, he also smoked Medvedev and he smoked Dimitrov. So, and I know Medi's not clay Vedev and, Dimitrov is not, 20 anymore, but still, love to see it for Demon. Who wins Variable Grigspor rematch? Wait, when are they playing? Oh, they haven't played yet. I don't know. Wait until they play. Wait until they match up and then we'll watch it. And then we'll see what's up. He could push Alcaraz, but beat him, I doubt it. Yeah, I agree. What happened to Menzik? Is he bad on clay? He's just adjusting like everyone is. The first match on the clay season and he lost. But he's coming off the fast hard court, so. Demon played good today, yeah. He did. He did play well today. I want to see Kyrgios coming back to play Sinner or Alcaraz. Well, hopefully at Wimbledon. Hopefully Keegs plays Wimbledon and we get to see that match. Who would you rather Kyrgios play, Alcaraz or Sinner? I feel like I'd rather see him play Alcaraz. I think that'd be more fun. I think the Sinner match, I don't know if it's a good matchup because Sinner's really, really hard to... Well, you can't ruffle his feathers. He's mentally unbreakable at this stage, and I don't know if the matchup works. I think he's maybe too consistent for Keegs, and I don't know if Keegs is going to be able to rally with Sinner as much. But against Alcaraz, if Alcaraz is playing a little fancy and making some errors, Keegs could make that for sure make that a match. Sinner for the drama, but the thing is, Sinner doesn't do drama, so it doesn't matter. Like if that match is coming up, if Sinner versus Kyrgios happens at Wimbledon, you're going to hear Kyrgios talk a lot and talk the match up and talk about all the things, mention all the things, but Sinner's not going to engage, so it's going to be very one-sided. And Sinner's not going to respond. So it's not as fun. It's not as fun when one guy's, trash talking and the other guy's not. Because then it just becomes like, oh, well, if you're not bothered by the trash talk, then why is that guy talking trash? And then, whereas I don't think Alcaraz and Kyrgios would trash talk. But when they play the match, I think Kyrgios would have a better chance against Alcaraz too. I think his game would match up better against Alcaraz too. I think with the serve and the big ground strokes, and also with Alcaraz sometimes making errors, making more errors than Sinner for sure. I think there could be a better chance for Kyrgios to make it. He might not win, but to make it interesting. Whereas against Sinner, it could be a 2-2-2. Whereas against Alcaraz, it might be a 4-setter, might be a couple of tie breaks, might be 5 sets, I feel like the potential for the match itself is better against Alcaraz. Just because of the way Alcaraz, plays sometimes. And the way Sinner plays, right? I just think Sinner's a bad matchup for everyone except for Alcaraz at this rate. 30-all, great winner by Carlos. Castillo withdrew from the Eala Open? No! Your absurd faith in Kyrgios is admirable. What do you mean? What, you think that Alcaraz would beat Kyrgios easier than Sinner? Or what are you trying to say? You're saying that Alcaraz would have a tougher time. Kyrgios would have a tougher time against Alcaraz than Sinner? Anyways, 30-40, chance to break. I mean, case in point, we're watching it right now. As we return, there's a fault, second serve. Like, Quinn's about to break Alcaraz to go up 3-1 in the second set on a clay court in Barcelona against French Open champion. Like, I'm not saying that, I'm not going to compare him to Sinner and say, oh, Sinner wouldn't have this happen. Maybe he would. As Alcaraz gets broken, it's 3-1. But Alcaraz gives opponents more chances, which therefore maybe Kyrgios might take and then make it interesting. Sinner doesn't give people chances. He's so stingy. Sinner is so stingy. I think they both beat Kyrgios fairly easy. Okay, well, fine. But I'm trying to, make an argument because I know it, what would be the question was, what's a more interesting match? And your answer is neither. And that's okay. That's an answer. But I'm trying to figure out whether or not Kyrgios would have a more interesting matchup against Alcaraz or Sinner. And maybe they are both bad matchups. And maybe he does lose both of them in straight sets. But I just think that Alcaraz gives Kyrgios a little bit more chance. With some errors and maybe the game styles, Sinner, I don't think he gives any chance to anybody. Sinner doesn't give chances to people. He turns exciting matches into very straightforward, boring, one-sided matches. I mean, that's what Sinner does, right? We're all like, oh my God, Sinner versus insert player here. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, Sinner's up 2 sets to love, it's 6-2, 6-2. And it's like, oh, okay. He makes all the good matches very, very straightforward. You know, whereas Alcaraz sometimes makes some of the unexpected matches exciting, like this one. 15 love. As we get a backhand return into the forehand of Quinn. Forehand from Alcaraz, the forehand of Quinn. Quinn is in the net, 15-all. But chat, you know the right answer, the real answer would be Kyrgios versus Rune. That's the match we actually want to see, right? That's the real banger. That's the actual match, right? Kyrgios versus Rune. That's the real one. That's the one we want at Wimbledon. Viva!
Carlos will not win the French with current level.
Thank you for the 2. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, yeah. Arian, thank you for the 2 as well. Appreciate the nice words. Yeah, but we're saying earlier that, you know, Alcaraz is only playing as well as he has to. And that hopefully when he plays better players this week, hopefully, he'll play them. And then we'll see a better level from him. Hopefully. Rune versus Nick. Yeah, that's what we want to see, right? That's the real match. Kyrgios Medvedev. You know what? I wouldn't mind seeing...
Goat.
Oh, thank you, Aaron, for the donation. Kyrgios Medvedev, Kyrgios Tsitsipas. I wouldn't say no to watching those matches either. Kyrgios Tsitsipas is very, very fun. It's very interesting. Especially at Wimbledon. 15:30. There's a forehand down the line of the forehand of Alcaraz. Backhand now from Quinn. Alcaraz with the backhand pass. Quinn with a volley. Alcaraz backhand pass again. Quinn with a volley. Alcaraz going to get there with a slice. But it's in the net. Nice volleys from Quinn. 30-all. Kyrgios versus Fonseca. Maybe. All right, 30-all. As Quinn serves again. As Quinn serves. 30-all. Trying to keep this break. Serve from Quinn. Here's a fault. Second serve. Serve goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Return goes into the forehand of Quinn. Quinn in the net. 30-40. 30-40. Kyrgios might get irritated with Fonseca constantly fist pumping. Well, you see, Kyrgios is a smart man. He doesn't get enough credit for being... he is smart. I don't think he would get annoyed by Fonseca. I don't think he would. 30-40. As we're forehand now from Alcaraz, the backhand slice of Quinn. Alcaraz comes to the net. Quinn with a pass. Alcaraz with the drop volley. And that is just stupid good. Stupid good. We're back on serve. 3-2. And by the way, I feel like Kyrgios is very respectful to the younger generation. Besides Sinner, but that's because he's not... The only reason he's the way he is to Sinner is not because of the way they play tennis. It's because of the banned substance. The positive test, right? That's why Kyrgios is not friendly with Sinner. But Kyrgios doesn't really beef with Alcaraz, and he respects Alcaraz. He talks a lot. He talks him up a lot, right? I don't think Keegs doesn't really. He doesn't really like talk shit about the young guys coming through because he respects them, and he, I guess, wants that mutual respect. Whereas he trashes his own generation a lot more. Like he'll get into beefs with Tsitsipas, who is the same age, right? He'll talk trash about Casper Ruud, or he'll get in, he gets into beefs with him, right? He'll have, he'll have fun with Medvedev, right? Like his generation, he's more likely to either go against the guys who are, ahead of him, older than him, or the guys that are in his generation. He doesn't punch below him, like the younger generation. He only criticizes, besides the Sinner situation, he only kind of criticizes and picks fights with people within his generation or above, Because I think he generally, He's probably like a lot of us. We love the young generation because of the way they play tennis. And Kyrgios, even if you don't like him, he's a reason why they're allowed to be the way they are and do the things they do, because he kind of, showed that, hey, you don't have to be a baseline grinder. You can come in here with a big serve and a bit of swagger, and you can try and serve and volley, and you can mix it up. You don't have to be generic and try and play the same as everybody else. And like the GOATs, you don't have to play like Nadal to be good. You don't have to play like Djokovic to be successful, right? And then this younger generation are all coming through going, maybe they didn't, maybe it's not Kyrgios exactly. They're going, oh yeah, he let me do this. But they're all playing like what Kyrgios has been playing like for the last 10 years, right? Maybe not doing underarm serves, but they've got, Alcaraz is a great example, right? They've got permission to hit tweeners at different times. They can do trick shots and nobody blinks an eye. But when Kyrgios was doing it, everyone's like, why are you doing that? That's not what Nadal would do. Like, why are you doing this? That's not what Djokovic does. That's not a very smart shot. But these kids now do it whenever they want. And I think Kyrgios needs to get a little bit of credit for that. And Monfils before him should get credit for that, because Lamont, and again, look, it comes with a price. Maybe you trade titles for entertainment sometimes. But you've got to give him a little bit of credit that Kyrgios sort of took a lot of shots because of the way he played, and now a lot of players are playing like that. And nobody's saying anything, Nobody's really criticizing the way that Alcaraz goes about his game because, well, one, he wins, but also, the underarm serve is a big one too, because a lot of players hit underarm serves now and nobody really is bothered. Whereas when Kyrgios did, everyone's like, ban him! Ban the underarm serve, that's an illegal shot. But now when people do it, everyone's like, oh, wow, it's a different... And even the players, there was a vote, there was a poll on Tennis Channel, I think it was, and it was players talking about whether it was hot or not, and it was the underarm serve, and pretty much every player said it's hot. And I'm like, well, if players love the underarm serve and fans are starting to warm to it, Kyrgios needs to take credit for that, because he was the mastermind behind the underarm serve, resurgence. He did it and got hate for it. And now everyone who does it, we kind of like go, oh, it's fun. Maybe some of you hate it, but still, I think he kind of, Andy Murray did, and everyone was confused. Everyone's like, hey, what? Andy's doing it. Hang on a second. Love 15. So again, even if you don't like Kyrgios, I feel like he needs to get a little credit for that. Like he needs to get some credit for that. I feel like he took a lot of shit for, because he's played different, and he's gone about things differently than what was conventionally the right way to go about tennis in the 2010s. And now these days, it's praised to be creative. It's praised to be, you get praised to be, different and doing different things and playing a different style. It's not like you have to play like this or that, and otherwise you're not a good player. Like you can be a little bit more, if you're up, you can serve and volley on a second serve and stuff. Like you can, and again, I think Kyrgios was one of the pioneers of that. At least that resurgence, because that style has always been a thing, right? Back in the 90s, the 80s, serve and volley tennis is not new. Underarm serves are not new. The way that people play, and it's but Kyrgios kind of brought it back when no one else was really doing that. 40-15. Quinn to get back in front. Keeg's influence is a lot bigger than people realize. I agree. And it's a shame that he was villainized for his play and attitude instead of sort of, and I said this at the time, and maybe it's because of off-court stuff. It was very hard for brands to maybe he was a brand risk. But Agassi came out in the 90s with denim shorts and a mullet and rock star energy, right? And he was embraced as the brand, the Nike brand, right? And he was like, tennis is not about the country clubs. It's, you can be cool and play tennis, right? Rock stars in tennis, right? Kyrgios was kind of that, but he wasn't embraced that way. Drop shot Alcaraz is a winner as deuce. Whereas I feel like tennis had a massive opportunity, especially because Kyrgios and his NBA roots, getting into the NBA, which is a huge, huge thing, right? NBA is massive around the world. Having that kind of connection and having that love for that game, if tennis had just marketed Kyrgios differently and not been like, he's bad and turned him, and not, they didn't villainize him, but not embrace him as a, as whatever you want to embrace him as, and turn him into one of the faces of the tour. I feel like that was a missed opportunity. I feel like Kyrgios could have really, even now, now it's sort of too late because of, the way he plays and the way his body is broken down. But by the time he was embraced in 2022, it was like, it's too late. We needed to get on board when Kyrgios was beating Djokovic in 2017 and being like, hey, look, we love the GOATs and we love this, but this guy's he's the anti-GOAT. Like he's, you know what I mean? 4-3. And I wish they did embrace him in a different way, He was prickly to the media. Yeah, but I'm not saying the media needed to embrace him. I'm talking about tennis marketing him better rather than being like, oh, bad boy, blah, blah, blah. I think the Rodman of tennis. Yeah, but he wasn't even marketed as the Rodman of tennis. It was like there was the GOATs, and I guess because it was in the GOAT era, if he was around now, I think Kyrgios was starting now, he'd probably get a lot more positive hype than what he was back in the 2010s, right? But because the 2010s were like Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, and Andy, we don't need anyone else, But I feel like it was a missed opportunity. I feel like it could have been an opportunity to market Kyrgios in a way that was like, okay, well, that's how tennis is played by these guys, but you can also play tennis this way and create like a cult figure around Kyrgios, And he already kind of did that on his own without having the ATP or the Grand Slams embrace that. He kind of did it on his own anyway, right? But yeah, it's no, I don't see it as any different to when Agassi did that ad from Nike talking about how tennis isn't just for the country clubs and how he broke the mold that tennis can be played by anybody. Doesn't matter if you have a mullet or you're wearing denim shorts or whatever. You don't have to be this person to play tennis. You can be the lead singer of a rock band. That whole ad campaign was so well done to kind of break that. And then obviously Serena comes along and breaks it again and and opens up a whole another market. But they didn't do that with Kyrgios, and I think that they could have, and they could have, it could have worked somehow. But I guess we'll never know. All right, love 15. Quinn's winning, by the way. Alcaraz broke back, pardon me, but Quinn is winning. Yeah, Kyrgios is not playing clay. Yeah, it could have been a lot more. And by the time everybody sort of started embracing Kyrgios in 2022 when he made the Wimbledon final, it was too late. It was too late. He's already like, too late. I've already done this. Get out of my face. But also after that, he gets injured, and that was, hopefully he keeps playing, but that was, by the time everybody cottoned on to thinking, well, shit, Kyrgios could actually do something now, he then gets injured and possibly never gets back to that. I never embraced Kyrgios. I'm not saying embraced him, not embracing him, but like, by the time that people realize that, oh shit, this guy, and I'm not saying the fans embracing, I'm talking more about like, oh, this guy's a marketing dream. We can market this guy as this and blah, blah, blah. It was too late. As with a volley now from Alcaraz is good. Quinn puts up a lob, but it's wide. 15-30. 15-30. And you wonder if he was embracing the 2010s a little more and he was like, treated better in the 2010s, whether or not Kyrgios would have done better, Because I know people like to say that he's a waste of talent or whatever, but I disagree. 15-30. As we return now to the forehand of Alcaraz. Great drop shot. Slice goes into the volley of Alcaraz, and Alcaraz puts away 30-all. You wonder if in the 2010s, once he beat Rafa, if people kind of maybe gave him a bit of benefit of the doubt that he wasn't going to be, especially in Australia, going to be the next Leighton Hewitt. He was going to be the next Nick Kyrgios and go things about it differently and play the way that he did and do that. If he wasn't villainized for that, then maybe he would have played ball with the media better. Maybe he would have not been so, I guess, it kind of feels, and it'll be interesting to hear him say it, but like, kind of feels like people paint him as a villain, and he's like, well, I'll be a villain. I'll be a villain, fine. I'll be the guy, rather than being like, at least given some respect, and then he might have been able to go, okay, I'll take that on board. But because he was painted as a villain, he was like, screw you, I'll be a villain then. And kind of just act the way that everyone thought he should act, right? Which is a shame because we all know how talented he is, right? But no one could take away that Wimbledon final. That was a moment. As Quinn hits a backhand wide, and it's 4-all. Wait, hang on. It's a 4-3. Am I blind? No, it's 4-all. Alcaraz is getting a racket. All right, 4-3. Don't make too many excuses for his behavior, Cam. Nick made his choices. Yeah, but again, I'm not making excuses for his behavior. Like, yeah, he could choose not to be the way not be throwing rackets, abusing umpires, whatever the hell, yelling at umpires, all of that stuff. He could have chosen not to do that. But I think that in the 2010s, because of the GOATs, the standard or the standard that everyone should be at in terms of tennis player was them. And if you didn't act or be like them, then you were not treated fairly, I don't think. And I don't think Kyrgios was treated fairly because the bar of the standard was Nadal, was Djokovic, was Federer. If you don't treat tennis that way and you don't act that way, then you're going to get ripped apart because that's not what people want to see. But now we're all craving personality, right? We're asking for people to have a personality. We're embracing people that do things differently because, unfortunately, with the love of with the great GOATs, also came up. A lot of players tried to be them and failed, and now we're like, geez, where's the personalities? Because everyone was trying to act like Roger, trying to be like Rafa, right? And trying to be all, I'm not saying they don't have personalities. Their rackets did the talking. But some players don't have the rackets to do the talking. Don't have the talent to do the talking like the GOATs did. So they have to use their personalities. But if they don't have them because they've been growing up with watching the GOATs and they try to treat them, react like Rafa or be like Roger, but they don't have the skills of Roger, then it's like, well, then you're just a very nice guy with a good tennis game, but, and we can't have everyone like that. We want a couple of people like that, but not everybody. 30-15, by the way. All right, back to this match because I know some people are getting annoyed. Unfortunately, Alcaraz is hitting too many errors for us to get engaged in this match. That's what's happening. Alcaraz is not playing to his level. Quinn's playing well, though, in this set. And he goes to 5-4. Quinn, I don't even know how we got on to Kyrgios. Somebody asked about Kyrgios versus Sinner or something. All right. 5-4, Quinn in the second. All right. Well, if Zverev and Thiem and Medvedev and Dimitrov, they're not all the same. No, I mean, I didn't name any names, so I don't know where you got those names from. I mean, Medvedev's full of personality, we know that. And Thiem and Dimitrov and Zverev are all their own person too, for sure. They are playing on the Rafa Nadal Arena. That's it. Rafa Nadal Stadium. That's it. Chad, I miss watching Rafa play on this stadium a couple of years ago. Remember that Nadal Tsitsipas match here? Crazy match. That was a crazy match a couple of years ago in Barcelona. Man. Chat, who do you miss more, Rafa or Roger? Who do you miss more, chat, Rafa or Roger? I mean, Roger's been gone longer, so maybe we've kind of accepted it, but Rafa's still like less than 6 months ago, right? Def's Roger. Okay, Def Miss Roger. Rafa, Roger, Serena. Good answer. Rafa, both. Nadal, Roger. All right. Rafa. All right. Back to Alcaraz. He's serving to stay in the set. Serve to the backhand of Quinn. Quinn in the net. 15 love. Rafa sold out to the Saudis, so he lost my respect. Yeah, that's not what I asked. 15 love. Was it a serve into the back and Quinn? Quinn in the net, 30 love. You do miss Serena? Yeah. Serena, I mean, yeah. Yeah. I think the thing about Roger and Rafa, though, is that there's like... Oh, God, I mean, there's glimpses of them, but there's no one who is like them. Like, no one has... Like, no one's as good as Federer all around, right? No one plays like that. Yeah, okay, Musetti has a good one-hander and, Dimitrov forehand, whatever. But, like, no one plays like that. And then Rafa has that lefty forehand and no one ever will have that. No one's got that forehand. No one's got that game. And nobody at the moment has Serena's dominance, Alcaraz holds 5-5. Tiafoe lost? He was winning! What? Foe! Arian.
One day there should be Carlos vs Nick Kyrgios.
Hopefully this year. That'd be cool if we saw it this year. Think of the donation. All right. Quinn serving to take the lead back 5-all. Big Foe was winning too. He was up a set and a break, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That sucks. That's a rough one. Hey, by the way, Sakkari's playing at the moment against Monero. Chad, am I the only one who's like rooting for Sakkari to have a comeback? Love 15. You're too nostalgic. You live in the present. Yeah, I don't know if you've looked outside recently, but the present's kind of mid. At least off the tennis court. Love 15. Nostalgia's all we got. Alcaraz with a lovely passing shot winner. Come on now.
This is gonna be on tennis.
This guy's got some shots though. Love 30. You want present? There's the present. There he is. He's a present. Alcaraz. Ridiculous shot down the line. Just flexes the biceps on the way. Why not, chat? Why not? As he returns down the floor to Quinn. Backing it from Alcaraz. He's got some energy now. Backing in the net from Quinn. Alcaraz is fired up. Love 40. He's had enough of this match. He's like, get me the hell out of here. Love 40. Alcaraz to take the break and serve for the match. Love 40. Me too, I miss her. Yeah. I'm rooting for Sakkari. Let's go. Let's get a Sakkari revival. She's not done yet. We love Sakkari. Remember when she was coming up in 2020, which was beating up Serena, which was wild at the time. It's great to see. As Quinn shanks it long, there's the break. Alcaraz going to serve this match. Alcaraz is going to serve for this match. All right. Are we watching Wawrinka? No. I'm, after this, going to leave. But be ready for tomorrow because I've got stuff to do. Get ready for tomorrow. Because there is a lot to do over the next few days. Yeah. Sakkari against Serena back in 2020 was crazy good. A couple of times just before the US Open and that. It's good. It's good to see. It's good to see Sakkari playing that tennis. When she played fearless, that was what's so much fun about Sakkari. I mean, well, I'm not going to compare her to Alcaraz, but she had that like fearless, like raw energy, and then she kind of got into the top 10, and it kind of felt like she got like nervous to play that way, and she had to play. She decided to then start playing a little bit more defensively and not be all that aggression. Which maybe was for the better because, playing all that aggressive can come with, terrible losses too. But I loved it when Sakkari just kind of played that, like, insane... Like, she just had that energy where she just came out and just ripped people apart. And, she made errors sometimes and she played a little bit crazy sometimes, but I love that fearlessness. She played back in the early 2020s. God, chat, did I just say that? Early 2020s? Is that even a thing? All right, so tomorrow, chat, Alcaraz will get the day off. He will not play tomorrow. Tsitsipas Korda, Rune versus Baez, Feast Martinez, Rude versus Medvedovic. They're the only 4 singles matches tomorrow. That's weird. That is weird. But I'm waiting to see what's going on in Stuttgart because we have to go to Stuttgart tomorrow. Stuttgart is where I want to be. All right. Alcaraz serving for the match as he hits a slice. And it goes long. Love 15. Love 15. How's Munich going, Cam? I'm going to be honest. No idea. I have no clue. I'm sorry. Munich is off the radar. Zverev is playing tomorrow. So that's a thing. Zverev is playing tomorrow. All right, return goes in the back end of Alcaraz. 4 now from Quinn. As Alcaraz gets the point. Quinn in the net. 15. Alcaraz hit it out. My bad. God, I'm blind. See, no lines, people. It makes it so hard for me to pay attention. Love 30. Love 30 is going to return now. Goes out by Quinn. 15-30. See, when I'm doing 3 things at once, it probably doesn't help. All right, love. So 15-30. And a bit of fault from Alcaraz. Second serve. Second serve. Into the back end of Quinn. Return goes to front of Alcaraz. Quinn cross forehand as Alcaraz goes down the line. Quinn's got it with the backhand on the stretch. But it goes long and it's 30-all. 30-all. Quinn trying to get to this tie break and break back. Alcaraz trying to close the door. Serve. Into the forehand of Quinn. Slice returns good. Alcaraz gets it. Quinn with the forehand cross court. Alcaraz gets that as well with the forehand down the line at the back end of Quinn. Into the slice of Alcaraz. Quinn comes in for the drop shot. Alcaraz with a volley. Cross court, but Quinn's got a volley winner. All right. And he points to his head. 30-40. Quinn to get back on serve. Solid volley. I thought Alcaraz was going to hit the passing shot volley winner, which would have just been a ridiculous point, but also that's Alcaraz. He plays ridiculous rallies. All right, Quinn. 30-40. To take back the break and get us to a tiebreak. Alcaraz serves. Into the backhand of Quinn. Return goes to the backhand of Alcaraz. Quinn. Slice. Into the slice of Alcaraz as Quinn hits a forehand. Again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Into the backhand of Quinn. Alcaraz now with a forehand. Into the Quinn backhand. He slices it again. Alcaraz forehand again. Goes down the line. It's wide. We're going to a tiebreak. All right.
And now it's time for the tiebreak game.
Okay. Tiebreak. Alcaraz could not serve for the match. Let's see what happens. Can Quinn do something crazy here? Who you got winning this tiebreak, chat? 7-2 Alcaraz, 7-5 Alcaraz, Quinn. Okay. Carlos, 7-1. All right. As Alcaraz with the forehand cross court, Quinn on the stretch. Alcaraz forehand on the line. Quinn's got there with the backhand slice. Alcaraz comes in with an easy volley winner. 1-love Alcaraz. 1-0 Carlos. Alcaraz already gets a mini break. Serve again for Alcaraz in this tiebreak. Serve. The back of Quinn. Forehand from Alcaraz. Into the forehand of Quinn as Alcaraz with a slice. Again to the forehand of Quinn. Alcaraz backhand again. It goes long. We're back on serve 1-1. 1-1. So we're going to serve again. Alcaraz back on serve, 1-1. As with a serve and volley, but the volley's in the net by Alcaraz. All right, 2-1 Quinn. He gets the mini break. 2-1 Quinn. As with a serve, there's a fault. Second serve. As the return goes past Quinn at the net. And Alcaraz gets back on serve 2-0. 2-2. All right, Quinn serves again. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. As with a forehand now from Quinn down the line at the backhand of Alcaraz. Quinn with a backhand into the net. 3-2. Nobody has held serve here. Nobody has held serve. Okay. Quinn, Alcaraz is 3-2 up. All right, 3-2. All right, serve. For Alcaraz. Into the body of Quinn. Return goes in the net. All right, 4-2. They change ends. By the way, don't forget to sub if you haven't already. We're going to be back tomorrow for more tennis. I'm not sure who we're going to watch, but I'd have some ideas. Messi second set, yeah. All right, 4-2. Alcaraz change ends. Serve from Alcaraz. As the return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Back in now from Quinn to the forehand of Alcaraz. As Quinn to the backhand of Alcaraz. Into the backhand of Quinn. Alcaraz back in again. Into the net. 4-3. We're back on serve. Chat, what are we doing? All right. 4-3. We're back on serve. 4-3. Quinn serves. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Return goes into the forehand of Quinn. Alcaraz forehand goes to the forehand of Quinn. Into the forehand of Alcaraz on the stretch. Quinn's in control. But he hits a forehand wide. God, he was playing well, Quinn, in that point too. 5-3 Alcaraz. He's 2 points away from the win. Quinn with the serve. Serve to the back of Alcaraz. Turn goes wide. All right, 5-4. Alcaraz going to serve this match. Can we think Arsenal qualify? Of course. You kidding me? You shitting me? What are you talking about? Can they qualify? What are you talking about? Pfft. We're up 3-0. Come on now. All right, 5-4. Quinn finally holds serve for the first time in this set. In this tiebreak. Alcaraz is going to serve for the match, though. It's 2 points away. He was 2 points away the last service game. Quinn returns into the forehand of Alcaraz. Quinn on the stretch. Goes into the forehand of Alcaraz on the stretch. Alcaraz hits it out. We're back on serve at 5-5. Chat, this is going to end with a double fault, isn't it? We're going to end this set with a double fault, all right? Is it? We're going to end the match with a double fault. Is that how we're doing this? Is that what we're watching today, chat? Come on now. 5-all. 5-5. Alcaraz serves. Into the body of Quinn. Weird return, but it goes into the backhand of Alcaraz. Quinn backhand. Down the line of the forehand of Alcaraz on the stretch. Alcaraz hits it out. Quinn's got a set point. 6-5. Quinn to take the second set. But Alcaraz is going to... Quinn serving. My bad. Quinn is serving to win the set. It's on Quinn's serve. Chad, I think only 2 points have been on serve. I'm pretty sure. Alcaraz to 4-2 and I think Quinn to 5-4 or something. Every other point has been against the server in this tiebreak. This has been a terrible tiebreak. Ugly tiebreak. I'm seeing two things in the chat. Alcaraz is tired, and the other one, people crying about Alcaraz losing a set. Anyways, return goes in the forehand of Quinn. Alcaraz backhand on the stretch, and Quinn hits it wide. 6-all. They change ends again. I got people saying that they're making excuses for Alcaraz, and people that are saying that Alcaraz is not that good. And neither are right. Alcaraz is fine. He hasn't even lost yet. 6-all. Alcaraz saves the set point. Another point against the serve, though. All right. 6-6. By the way, bro, can you stop laughing? It's really annoying. Like, bro, you're literally... Like, get the hell out of here. What are you doing? Guy's got the giggles. Can you stop giggling? Oh my God. See how annoying that is? 6-all. As the return goes into the forehand of Quinn. Alcaraz forehand to the forehand of Quinn on the stretch. Alcaraz forehand inside out. Quinn with a slice. Alcaraz got a little bit of a pep in his step. As he hits the forehand down the line, Quinn gets it back, but it's long, and Alcaraz got a match point. 7-6 Alcaraz. To take this in straights. And to just win. 7-6. Alcaraz are going to serve as well. This is on his serve. Match point on his serve. All right. 7-6. As the coaches point to the body. Do you reckon he's going to hit a body serve? He serves. At the body of Quinn. Return goes in the forehand of Alcaraz. Drop shot's good. Quinn's going to get there. But not make it. Alcaraz wins. He avoids a 3-setter. And he is into the second round. Again, chat, he's just playing as well as he has to, all right? Don't panic. He's just playing better than the guy he's playing. That's all he has to do. That's all he has to do. He can't play like this against Demon Or, but he'll play better when he plays Demon. He'll play better when he plays Demon. Nice by the coach, yeah. The coach was like this. And he went straight at the body. Alcaraz listened. Alcaraz listened to the coach. All right, GG's. Again, if you are leaving, don't forget to sub on the way out. Alcaraz gets it done in straight sets. And that's all we'll remember for now. Thank heavens, what was that? People out here having panic attacks over this Alcaraz result. Quinn, by the way, I don't know how much we can take from that, but also write him up, put him on the list as somebody, 21-year-old from America, Ethan Quinn. Put him down as somebody to watch. He came to the qualies. Yeah, he did push Alcaraz, and maybe, you could argue that it was because Alcaraz wasn't playing his best, but still, Ethan Quinn, remember his name? Another one of this generation that's coming through. Not sure what his, what his best surface is or anything like that, but he can play on clay if he can push Alcaraz a little bit, Got to be able to play on something. He's got a good serve. The serve was big, so I wonder if fast hard courts might be interesting. But put him down as somebody to watch. Without Sinner at the Olympic level Djokovic, Alcaraz has absolutely no competition. Okay. Americans on clay don't usually go well together. Yeah, exactly. So somebody to think, maybe watch out for. Write him down as another name. America's getting a lot of players. This Niemeyer Sigamund game is going to be 3 hours? Of course it is. Of course it is. What do you expect? Sigamund doesn't play fast. She takes her time. She plays as fast as she wants to play. And that's not very fast. She takes her time. She's 36. She does whatever she wants, right? She's earned that. Ugly match, by the way. 16 winners, by Alcaraz and 27 errors. 19 forehand errors by Alcaraz. Alcaraz's forehand has been a problem. But it wasn't a problem for him to lose, but it hasn't been good. His forehand needs to be better. It's one of his best. It is arguably his best shot, and it's not working properly. Not as good as it should. When Sinner comes back, he can't be hitting those forehands. But when Sinner comes back, he won't. We know that. And Quinn also hit a lot of errors. The backhand too, to be honest, he only hit 8 backhand errors, which is probably about standard. But 19 forehand errors. That's not. It's not going to cut it. But again, it's going to cut it against a qualifier. All right. Yeah, Carlos didn't play last year because he got injured. He got injured in... he didn't play Monte Carlo or Barcelona. He played Madrid and then the French. Forehand was shaky today? Yeah. Well, he's playing Jera in the next round, and Jera is no joke. So that's going to be interesting to see him play Jera in a couple of days. Yeah, Jera can play. Jera will make it interesting. He can play on clay. Jerry's already won a clay court tournament this year. Yeah, didn't he win in Chile? I think. Demon made like 80% first serves today. He was crazy scary on clay. I seriously hope he versus Alcaraz. Yeah, I want to see that match too. Let's get that match. Let's just get them both winning their next rounds. Couple of days. Barcelona's 2 weeks long. No, he plays in 2 days because I said so. No, and because the schedule says that. He's not playing tomorrow, so he's playing the next day. I mean, that's how it works, right? Carlos will beat Jera 6-3, 6-4. He's going to have to play better than today if he's going to beat Jera. But that's good, because then we might actually get to see some good Alcaraz. We've seen glimpses of great Alcaraz, but he hasn't been good. He hasn't been like amazing for long periods of matches. Because he hasn't had to be, right? He hasn't had to be. His opponents are making a lot of errors which allow him not... means he doesn't have to do anything. But Jera, hopefully, will play at a good level that we can get Alcaraz turning it up, right? Oh, he beat Baez in the final. There you go. Yeah, Jera's got a clay court title this year already. Andreeva Sister's first match on tomorrow. Oh, wait, is the schedule out, Hadar? Thank you for that. Let me check. Let me check what is going on tomorrow. Yeah, so tomorrow, in Munich, you've got Zverev and Shelton are playing matches. In Barcelona, you've got Runa Baez and you've got Tsitsipas Korda. So that's fun. Eala's not playing tomorrow, I don't think, in singles. Sakura just lost the first set 6 love. She'll come back and win. Come on now. Come on, Maria. Come on, Maria. Come back from a set down and from the bagel. Come back from the bagel. I know Minero beat her pretty easily this year, but come on now. Whoops. God, I hate the WTA website. Why do they put stupid Instagram story reels, whatever the hell those things are? I always click on them. So the Andreeva sisters are first. Oh, Swiatek's up the chat. We're going to Stuttgart tomorrow. Pack your bags. We're going to Germany. We're going to watch Swiatek Fett is tomorrow as well. Let's go. So Andreeva sisters and then Swiatek. That's our day. And then we might even watch, maybe watch Tsitsipas Korda as well. Maybe. Munich is weak. Zverev should steamroll the tournament, but he could choke. Yeah, I mean, it's Zverev tournament to lose, for sure. If he doesn't win that tournament... okay. If Zverev doesn't make the final or the semis, that's a miss. If he makes the semis and loses, maybe loses to, I don't know. Actually, no. You know what? He shouldn't lose to Humbert on clay. Marijan, I would give him a pass if he lost to Marijan in a semi. Even though that's a bad loss, Marijan has beaten big names on clay before. So if Zverev made the semis and lost to Marijan, I'd be like, oh, okay, Marijan's great on clay sometimes, right? But Zverev should win the title. And if anything, he should make the final and maybe lose to Cerundolo. That would be an acceptable loss. But I think they're the only guys that should beat him on clay. Right? Cerundolo, maybe Marijan, maybe Auger-Aliassime. If he loses to anybody else, it's rough. It's a rough one. I know Altmaier is there as well, and he's got to play Altmaier tomorrow, but he should beat Altmaier. Chow, why does my hair look cartoony today? It's like, whoosh. I don't know what's going on. It just looks like a wig. It looks like a terrible wig. Musetti withdrew. He withdrew from Barcelona. Watch Zverev choke, can't earn even farm Munich. Yeah, well, Munich is... Munich is... it's had a lot of players drop out, so... Unfortunately, it's not as good as it should be. But hopefully, Zverev will win, so then Munich stays relevant this week. You know. There's no acceptable loss. He's too good to lose those players. Well, he lost to Cerundolo already on a clay court this year, right? So that would not be... if he lost to Cerundolo in the final, I'd say fair enough. Cerundolo's a great clay courter. If he lost to Marijan in the semis, I would say disappointing, but also Marijan, it might be one of those weeks where Marijan's playing that clay court tennis that beat Alcaraz on clay back in the day, a couple years ago, right? But you're right, Zverev should win. I feel like Zverev losing to Cerundolo in the final would not be bad, though. I don't think we should... I don't think that would... People would be critical of Zverev if he lost to Cerundolo. But if he lost to anybody else, especially with the draw being even less stacked than it was, at the start of the week, I think... Altmaier beat Sinner too. Yeah, but Altmaier beat pre-puke Sinner, so that doesn't count. Nothing before Sinner puking counts. So. Sinner's on the... Yeah, he's meant to be playing in Hamburg, but that will depend on if he plays well in Rome, I think. All right, see you later, Deb. Alcaraz shouldn't be getting to tiebreaks against quali. Well, he did. But he won it, so who cares? Who cares? It's not bad, but really, unfortunately, disappointing. Yeah. Hopefully, Zverev... Well, if Zverev wins his title, that'd be great. Be great for everybody. Be great for the clay court season. It'd be great for Zverev. It'd be great for the tennis because he hasn't been great when Sinner's been gone. It'd be great to see Zverev be a threat. Not just be like Alcaraz, Sinner, and whoever decides to show up. It'd be good to have Alcaraz, Zverev, and Alcaraz, Sinner, and Zverev as going to the French Open with those three guys are the tough ones. And then Djokovic gets better, that'd be great. If we had four guys going to the French that could realistically win, that would be great, rather than just having, one or two. It'd be cool to have, Zverev in form, Djokovic doing something, get to the French Open and we're like, who's going to win? There's four guys that could win this, or five, In form Zverev is a good thing for tennis. Yeah. Two days ago, Alcaraz won Monte Carlo. Give him a break. Yeah, who's bashing Alcaraz? Not me. Don't put too much pressure on Zverev. Sorry, I'm just getting a little overexcited. I would love Zverev to win, so then we can start talking Zverev up as a French Open chance. We need these players to all play against each other at the French Open. We can't have a bunch of random players versus the best players in the world because it never looks good. We need Zverev to play Alcaraz at the French or something, Or Alcaraz versus... Sinner versus Zverev on the French or something, We need those matches. I would love to see Zverev versus Djokovic in like a quarterfinal at the French. That would be great. Anyways, chat, I'm out of here. Thank you for sticking around. Alcaraz wins. It wasn't easy. It wasn't pretty. But he keeps winning. Even though it's not pretty. He still wins, and that's all that matters. Hopefully, his level starts to rise as the opponent levels, or the opponents start to get better. Jera is going to be tough in the next round. Obviously, De Minaur's floating around as well. So, Alcaraz, if he's going to maintain this streak, is going to have to lift. But he wins today. He beats Quinn in straight sets, 6-2, 7-6. And he is into the second round. He'll play, not tomorrow, he'll play the day after that, which is Thursday. So I'll see you guys then if you're not coming back tomorrow. But we are going to Stuttgart tomorrow, so make sure you pack your bags. We're going to fly to Stuttgart, watch Swiatek, watch Andreeva, and then we might even tune in a little bit to Barcelona as well. We just got to figure out the logistics. But Alcaraz wins. He's into the second round.